For some, traveling is not only leisure activity, but a passion that they choose to pursue. And today we will talk to Patricia Yulo to tell us about her experiences going around the globe all by herself. Good morning, Patricia.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
And thanks for coming in. Okay, tell us first, what made you decide to pursue traveling as a passion?
Well, in 2009, my friend and I went to Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam by bus. And I really enjoyed it. And I realized that I had that passion for traveling, but so many things happened for 2 years. And when two of my friends died in 2011, I realized that I have to do something in my life. And I already knew that traveling was in me, so I just took that direction. And here I am still traveling.
You're thinking life is short, and
yeah, I have to pursue my passion. Yeah, before it's too late.
Make the most out of it.
That's right.
And not only did you travel to so many places, you also wrote a book, which is great. I wish to write a book one day, but anyway. So this is The Third World Traveler, a guide to fulfilling your travel dreams on a shoestring budget. So in the book, I looked at it, and one of the things that caught my attention was you mentioned some travel myths. What are those travel myths?
Well, one of them is that traveling is not just for the rich. Anyone can travel. Basically, it's all about budgeting and research. So even if your income is low, you can still go to Vietnam or Thailand. Just make sure that it's going to be your priority, because if traveling is not your priority, of course your money will go to other things like shopping. But if you create a travel fund, no matter what your income is, you can still go out of the country or even travel within the country.
Yes, that's it's great, because there's three that you mentioned that is not true. That traveling is for the rich, or traveling requires a lot of money, and traveling is expensive. So definitely not true. So and then here it also shows you that you can actually cut down on your expenses. So for example, this that you were showing me earlier, how were you able to cut down your expenses from? What is this? Let's say, can you explain to me what this is?
Yes, actually, let's say in commuting. Let's say I used to spend, for example, 2,000 every month, just going to work and going back home. So instead of, let's say, using a taxi, I chose to ride a jeepney and take another route, let's say an FX, or take the MRT. I know it was really difficult. It was, I mean, the Philippine weather did not help at all, but I really wanted to save something for my travels. So instead of, choosing an expensive taxi cab, I rode a jeepney every day. It was hard, but, it was worth it in the end, because I was able to save a lot of money. So from 2,000, I was able to change it to like 800 pesos in a month.
Wow.
So that's big savings.
So savings in order to travel.
That's right.
Also, you have here, right now it's still empty, but top 10 places I want to see. So why is it important for us to sort of list down our top places that we want to see?
Well, because you have to know where you want to go, and if you know where you want to go, you can budget it accordingly. So for example, you want to go to Vietnam. So if you do your research, and you will know about the budget for Vietnam. And because I understand that all of us, we have dreams, right? We dream to travel the world. But if you want to really pursue something, you have to be very specific also, because you can't just save money and say, hey, I'm going to go to Europe, but hey, I also want to go to Asia. You know what I mean? So you have to be specific in terms of your goals, so you'd know how to pursue them.
Okay, so planning is key.
Yeah, it's essential.
Okay, now, a guide to fulfilling your travel dreams on a shoestring budget. So, in a nutshell, how do you fulfill your travel dreams with a shoestring budget?
Well, it's really all about priorities.
Okay.
So no matter what your income is. So as mentioned, if let's say your income is 10,000 pesos a month, of course you have to pay your electricity, your water, your rent. You may have to give money for your child, for his or her school. So, but if you make travel your priority, then you will basically put money in your travel fund. So no matter what your income is, just make sure that you know that traveling is priority and is your priority. And when you realize that, you will put all your effort into it. and you will see your savings grow.
Okay. And why do you think travel should be a priority? I mean, well, personally, why do you think it's important for people to be able to travel?
Well, to be honest, I'm not the type of traveler who will tell you that traveling should be your priority.
Right,
you really
right.
you should be honest with yourself.
Right.
If you're a newscaster, a host, or if you're a mother, or you know, you're a construction worker.
How can it be important for someone, for the enrichment of a person?
Well, when you travel, you actually see different, experience different cultures, meet people from all over the world. So it will, in a way, humble you. You know, you know, when I traveled, for example, to Myanmar, I was so thankful that I actually live here in the Philippines. I never realized that how lucky I am. So it really changed my life in many ways. I hope it will be your passion also. I hope people will pursue it, but in the end, I believe that it's all about pursuing what you really want.
Right, right. Yeah. It opens your eyes to the world, and you don't feel like you're in a shoebox just living, you know, where you live right now. When you go out and see other countries and different cultures, you get to experience that and you learn from it too. It's a form of education.
Yes, it's very educational because you will go beyond yourself or what you actually see right now or experience around you, you know.
Like the world is a much bigger place than where we live, right? So, okay, so where can they get this book? I know it's very affordable too.
Yes, it's just 300 pesos, 50 pesos, sorry, and you can buy it in National Bookstore and Power Books in the Metro. Or you can also, you know, for those in the provinces, they can check my blog, ricasrucksack.com, if they want to know more about the book, because we don't ship. We don't have, the book is not out in the provinces yet, so.
Well, there's great tips here, you guys, if you want to travel on a budget. You know, this is a book that will teach you how to do so. So thank you so much for coming in and talking about this with us this morning.
Thank you also.
And that was Patricia Yulo, she is the author of The Third World Traveler.